Absolutely. I can craft part one for your story in third person. Simple English, engaging, safe, HFY sci-fi style. Before I start, I want to clarify the safe and engaging premise we'll use based on your original title. Here's the setup I propose. Premise, safe HFY sci-fi version. The alien asks the human to help stop the flooding using a clever, non-sexual method, maybe by fixing machinery, using sound frequencies, or solving a puzzle. The story will explore human ingenuity, courage, and teamwork. I'll write part one, around 1,600 words, in smooth, basic English third person, keeping it safe, engaging, and cliffhanger ready for part two. Here's part one. The sky over Zellara shimmered with colors humans had no names for. Clouds moved in strange, swirling patterns, reflecting the light from two suns. Lieutenant Rena Shah wiped sweat from her brow and looked down at the surface of the planet. The ground beneath her boots was slick, covered in a layer of glimmering moss that seemed to pulse under her weight. "This is beautiful," she whispered, though she barely had time to admire it. The small team of human explorers had landed only hours ago, but already the alien world felt alive, almost too alive. Strange sounds carried across the valley, echoes that seemed to respond to their movements, like the planet itself was listening. "Stay alert," said Captain Marlowe, her voice firm but calm. "We don't know what's friendly and what isn't. Remember, we're here to study and, if possible, establish first contact. Don't provoke anything." Rena nodded, her hand hovering over the scanner on her belt. Every reading was off the charts. Gravity was slightly lower than Earth's, but magnetic anomalies kept the compass spinning. Temperature, humidity, even the air's oxygen content, all unusual. The team had to rely on their suits to breathe comfortably. They moved toward a cluster of what appeared to be structures, tall and crystalline, reflecting the double suns in a rainbow of colors. As they approached, the surface beneath them shivered. Rena stumbled but regained balance. The ground cracked and a narrow stream of water bubbled from a fissure, glowing faintly. "Wait," Marlowe said. "That's not natural." Before anyone could respond, a figure appeared. It stepped out from behind one of the crystalline towers. It was humanoid, but unlike anything humans had seen. Its skin shimmered like liquid silver, and its eyes glowed softly, larger than a human's, full of intelligence. The alien's voice rang in Rena's mind, not through sound, but as clear, urgent thought. "You made me wet." "Fix it with your mouth." Rena froze, the words echoing strangely in her helmet speakers. The others looked confused, exchanging glances. "Did it just speak?" whispered Dr. Yates, the team's xenolinguist. "Yes," Rena said, "but the words, they don't make sense." "Why would it say that?" The alien raised a hand, and a series of glowing symbols appeared in the air between them. Rena studied the shapes, trying to decode them. The symbols pulsed rhythmically, almost like a heartbeat. Then she realized the water bubbling from the fissure was rising fast, flooding the small valley. It wasn't trying to insult them, it was warning them. "I think it means the water," Rena said. "The flood, it wants help controlling it." Marlowe frowned. "With our mouths." "That can't be literal. Maybe it's a communication system. Maybe sound controls the flow." The alien moved closer, its voice urgent again. "Calibrate, resonance, stabilize." The words were broken, but the meaning became clearer. Some kind of machine, or perhaps a natural structure, could be activated by sound patterns. The team's eyes widened. The situation was dangerous. The water was rising quickly, and if they didn't act, it could sweep them away. Rena took a deep breath. "Okay, let's figure this out. We've trained for first contact, for emergencies. This is both." The team split up. Yates moved closer to the alien, trying to record the symbols and analyze them. Marlowe checked the sensors on the flood, measuring speed, temperature, and energy output. Rena focused on the structures. One tower had an opening at its base, covered in more glowing symbols. She ran her hand along the surface, feeling vibrations that matched the pulsing water. "This is a resonance system," she said aloud. "The water responds to sound waves. The alien wants us to sing, hum, make tones that match its pattern." Yates shook his head. "It can't be that simple, but maybe it is." He adjusted a portable analyzer and fed the symbols through a frequency translator. A soft hum filled the air. The water slowed slightly, rippling instead of rushing. "It works," Rena said, heart pounding. "We're controlling it somehow." The alien nodded, silver skin glowing brighter. It extended a hand toward Rena. She hesitated but stepped forward. A panel of glowing glyphs rose from the ground, forming a grid of light. When she touched it, vibrations ran up her arm. Images flashed in her mind, maps of the waterways, channels she hadn't seen, and the right sequence of tones to stabilize the flood. Marlowe shouted over the rising water, "Hurry! The valley's filling faster than we can measure." Rena focused, following the instructions in her mind. She hummed, trying different tones, matching the alien's pulses. Slowly, the water began to settle. A clear path appeared through the valley. The alien moved beside her, matching her vibrations with its own resonance, amplifying the effect. "This is incredible," Yates whispered. "The human voice and the alien's abilities combined. We're actually stopping a flood with sound." The team felt a strange exhilaration. Humans had always relied on ingenuity and adaptation, but this was something beyond them. They were working with an entirely alien intelligence, finding common ground in a completely unfamiliar world. But relief was short-lived. The ground trembled again. From deeper in the valley, another fissure opened. Water gushed forth, this time darker, faster, and warmer. The alien's glow flickered in alarm. Its mind spoke in a rush of urgent thoughts. "Too much. Cannot stabilize. Help deeper. Enter." Rena looked at Marlowe. "We can't just stay here. We have to go in, follow it. There might be a core or a machine we need to activate inside the tower." Marlowe nodded, her face set in determination. "All right, gear up, stay sharp, and keep your voice ready." The alien led them inside the tower. The interior was vast and crystalline, with walls that seemed to hum with energy. Water streamed along channels built into the floors and walls, controlled by pulsing lights. The deeper they went, the stronger the vibrations became. The alien floated ahead, gesturing, guiding them through a complex pattern of rooms. Finally, they reached a central chamber. At the center, a large crystalline structure pulsed rhythmically, matching the flood outside. The alien hovered before it. Its glow intensified. The symbols in the air formed a clear sequence, almost like music notes. Rena understood instantly. She had to produce the right tones at the right time with precision. She and the alien began the process. Hum by hum, vibration by vibration, the flood outside slowed. Channels opened, water receded, and the valley was safe for now. The alien's voice filled her mind, calm and approving. "Good human works together, future." Rena smiled, exhausted but elated. Humans had faced countless challenges on Earth, but here, on a distant planet, they were proving something new. That human ingenuity, curiosity, and courage could bridge the vastest gaps of species and understanding. Yet even as the water receded and the valley settled into quiet, a distant rumble shook the tower. Something deeper stirred, hidden beneath the planet's surface. Rena glanced at Marlowe. "This isn't over." Marlowe shook her head. "No, it's just beginning." Outside, the suns of Zelara dipped toward the horizon, casting long, shimmering shadows over the valley. The alien floated beside them, shimmering silver in the light, an unspoken promise of challenges and discoveries yet to come. And for the first time, the human team understood one simple truth. On this planet, they were not just visitors. They were participants in something far larger than themselves, and whatever came next, they would face it together. The first contact had been made. The flood had been controlled, but the mysteries of Zelara had only begun to reveal themselves. The central chamber hummed with a low, vibrating energy. Rena could feel it in her chest, a deep resonance that made her pulse quicken. The alien hovered beside her, its silver skin glowing brighter, illuminating the room with shifting patterns of light. Outside, the floodwaters had calmed, but the distant rumble beneath the planet's surface reminded them all that danger was still present. Marlowe looked at Rena. "We did what it asked, but that rumble, I don't think the flood was the real problem. Something deeper is moving down there." Rena nodded. She had the same feeling. Zelara was alive in ways humans didn't fully understand. The planet wasn't just a surface of water and crystal, it was a system, a network, almost a single consciousness. And they were intruding. The alien motioned toward a corridor leading deeper into the tower. Symbols glowed along the walls, guiding them. The humans followed cautiously, their boots clicking against the smooth, crystalline floor. Every step sent vibrations up through the tower, harmonizing with the planet itself. "This way," the alien communicated, not with words but through thought pulses. Each pulse carried an emotion, urgency, fear, hope. It was strange, unsettling, but somehow comforting. Rena glanced back at the team. Yates was recording everything, his eyes wide with awe. "I can't believe this," he whispered. "A planet communicating directly with us, and through music or vibrations or something like that. It's amazing." Marlowe wasn't smiling. "Stay focused. Amazing doesn't matter if it kills us." The corridor opened into a large chamber. It was unlike anything they had imagined. Crystalline formations stretched from floor to ceiling, twisting and bending like living vines. Streams of glowing water flowed through channels in the walls. At the center stood a massive structure, taller than the humans themselves, pulsating with energy. The alien floated to the structure and touched it lightly. Instantly, the lights around the room shifted, responding to the touch. The water channels outside pulsed again, faster this time. Rena realized that the structure might be the source of the planet's strange water activity. "The flood wasn't random," Rena said. "This structure, it's like a heart for the water system. If it malfunctions, the floods happen. And whatever is moving below the surface is probably connected to it." Yates peered at the structure, scanning it with his handheld device. "The energy readings are off the charts. I've never seen anything like this. It's like a combination of electricity, magnetism, and something I can't identify. It's alive in a way." The alien pulsed brighter, almost impatiently. Its thought voice filled Rena's mind. "Balance broken, help deeper. Human clever must stabilize," Rena swallowed. She looked at Marlowe. "It wants us to go deeper, maybe inside the structure. We have to stabilize it before the floods start again, or worse." Marlowe nodded, though her face showed concern. "All right, let's do it. Everyone stay sharp. We don't know what's inside, and we're dealing with a living system. One wrong move, and—" She let the threat hang in the air. The alien guided them to a narrow opening at the base of the structure. It was just wide enough for humans to pass. Rena led the way, ducking inside, feeling the vibrations underfoot. The interior was hollow, crystalline walls twisting like a spiral staircase. Light flowed through the walls, forming patterns that seemed to communicate instructions. "This is incredible," Yates whispered. "It's like the planet is trying to teach us something." Rena could feel the pulses too. They were subtle, almost musical. She hummed along with them, matching tone and rhythm. The alien's glow responded instantly, brighter when she was correct, dimmer when she was off. The chamber seemed to resonate with the combined effort. Suddenly, a loud vibration shook the structure. Dust-like crystals floated around them. Water channels outside surged again, but this time with more force. The alien pulsed frantically. Rena realized that their timing had been slightly off. "Keep going," she said, trying to steady her voice. "We have to sync perfectly with the alien. Listen to the vibrations." The team followed. Yates joined in, producing tones through a small portable device that amplified the frequencies. Marlowe clapped her hands in rhythmic patterns, adding a human percussive element. Slowly, the pulses stabilized. The water channels outside responded, the flow settling into calm, steady streams once again. Rena breathed heavily. We're learning how it works. We're controlling it together. The alien pulsed brighter than ever. Its emotion thought was almost like laughter, playful and approving. Clever human, works with planet, heart stabilize, go deeper, learn more. Rena glanced at Marlowe. It wants us deeper inside. I think the real challenge is still ahead. They continued down the spiral corridor, deeper into the structure. The walls grew warmer and the vibration stronger, almost like walking inside a giant drum. At the bottom, they found a chamber larger than any human city hall. Streams of water glowed with bioluminescence, flowing in controlled channels across the floor. At the center floated a massive crystalline sphere, suspended without visible support. Energy rippled from it in waves, interacting with the water streams. Yates stared in awe. This is the core, the planet's system, the floods, the vibrations, they all come from here. And it's alive, not conscious like us but aware. It reacts to stimuli. Rena felt the resonance in her chest. The alien floated beside her, pulsing urgently. Its glow was more intense, almost frantic. Its thought communicated clearly, core unstable, help now, human clever, must harmonize. Rena stepped closer. She realized they needed to merge their actions with the core itself. It wasn't enough to just hum or clap. They had to understand its rhythm, anticipate its movements, and respond instantly. She closed her eyes and felt the pulses. They were chaotic at first, but patterns emerged. Each pulse of the sphere corresponded to a certain flow of water, a channel opening or closing. She hummed carefully, following the rhythm. The alien pulsed in harmony, amplifying her efforts. Marlowe and Yates added their contributions. Marlowe's claps created counter-rhythms to stabilize energy surges. Yates adjusted the device to fine-tune resonance frequencies. Slowly, the chaotic pulses of the core began to settle. The core's light shifted from erratic flashes to smooth, flowing colors. Streams of water outside normalized. The valley below was safe for the moment. Rena opened her eyes. The alien's glow softened, calm and approving. Good, human learns, works with planet, heart stable for now. The team exhaled collectively, relief washing over them. They had done it. Humans, working with an alien species, had stabilized a living planetary system. It was a victory not just for survival but for understanding. But the rumbling beneath the planet returned, stronger this time. The floor trembled and small fissures cracked the chamber walls. Water began to leak into the room. The alien pulsed urgently again. Deeper, core deeper, danger. Marlowe's jaw tightened. It's not over, something else is happening. Whatever the core is, it's only part of the system. There's something bigger down there below this chamber. Rena nodded. We can handle this. We've learned to work with it. Together, we can go deeper. The alien floated ahead, shimmering, and opened a passage that had been hidden in the crystalline walls. The humans followed, descending into darkness illuminated only by the alien's glow and their own portable lights. The vibrations grew more intense, and the hum of the planet became a low, rhythmic chant that echoed in their chests. This is incredible, Yates whispered. It's like we're walking into the heart of a living planet, and it trusts us enough to let us in. Rena's heart pounded. She felt exhilaration, fear, and a strange awe. Humans had always believed they were the dominant species on their home planet. Here on Zelara they were small, but their courage, their ingenuity, and their ability to listen and adapt made them powerful in ways no technology alone could achieve. The passage opened into another chamber. The air shimmered with heat and energy. Streams of glowing water formed intricate patterns across the floor, rising and twisting in impossible shapes. At the center floated another sphere, smaller but denser than the one above. It pulsed violently, emitting waves that caused the walls to vibrate. Rena felt the pulse through her bones. The alien's thought voice came urgently. Core unstable, must stabilize deeper, human clever, heart must beat in harmony. Marlowe placed her hand on the sphere's surface. This is it, the true heart of the planet. And it's not just alive, it's aware, reacting to everything we do. We have to get it right. Rena nodded. Then let's work together again. As they began the delicate task of harmonizing with the deeper core, Rena felt something she had never felt before, an understanding, a connection with the alien, the planet, and her own team. This was what humans could do. They could adapt. They could learn. They could cooperate across worlds. And here, in the heart of Zelara, they were proving it. But even as the pulses began to slow, the rumble beneath the surface intensified. The deeper core was resisting. Something enormous, something ancient was awakening. And it was aware of them. Rena looked at Marlowe, Yates, and the alien. We've come this far, we can't stop now. Whatever's coming, we face it together. The alien pulsed, bright and steady. Together, human clever, survive, learn, future. Rena swallowed. All right, she said. Let's see what Zelara has in store for us next. The chamber shook violently, streams of water twisting like serpents. The deeper core's pulse was faster now, chaotic, but Rena and the team began to hum, clap, and resonate with it, determined to match its rhythm. The fate of the valley, and perhaps the planet itself, hung in the balance. And somewhere deep beneath the surface, something ancient stirred, its awareness turning toward the small team of humans who dared to enter its heart. The deeper core throbbed violently, filling the chamber with a low, powerful hum that shook Rena's chest. Streams of glowing water twisted and coiled around them, rising higher as if the planet itself was testing them. The alien floated closer to her, shimmering silver in the chaotic light, its thought voice urgent but calm. Core resists. Must harmonize, must match pulse, must survive. Rena swallowed. She had never felt a vibration so strong, so alive. Every pulse seemed to communicate a message: fear, power, impatience, but also curiosity. The planet was aware, watching them, evaluating them. Marlowe tightened her grip on the portable stabilizer device. We've come this far, she said, her voice steady but low. We can't back down now. Whatever this is, it reacts to us. We have to prove we can adapt. Yates nodded, scanning the sphere's energy patterns. The pulses aren't random. There's a sequence buried inside the chaos. If we can follow it, if we can match it, we might calm the core completely. Rena closed her eyes, focusing. She could feel the rhythm now, not just in her ears but in her body. The pulses had a strange melody, like a heartbeat layered over a storm. She hummed lightly, testing the vibration, letting it resonate with her own pulse. The alien pulsed in harmony beside her, amplifying her frequency. Good, the alien communicated. Human clever, continues, learns, heart aligns. The walls of the chamber pulsed with light as if reacting to her hum. Water streams shifted, twisting less violently, and the core's chaotic pulse began to slow slightly. Rena's lips moved carefully, adjusting tone and pitch. Yates used the portable device to add precise harmonic frequencies, while Marlowe struck percussive patterns by tapping along the crystalline floor. Together, they formed a delicate symphony of vibrations, sound, and energy. The alien's glow fluctuated with approval. Continue, must reach center, stabilize fully. The central chamber shifted, opening into a deeper spiral that descended further than they could see. The deeper core's pulse was still strong, but the pattern was becoming more apparent. It was as if the planet wanted them to learn and adapt, not just force it into compliance. Rena stepped forward, moving carefully along a narrow bridge of solid crystal that stretched above twisting streams of water. The alien floated beside her, guiding each step with subtle pulses of light. Stay close, it communicated. Deeper, more danger, but human clever can succeed. Below them, the streams of glowing water rushed faster, forming whirlpools that threatened to spill into the chamber. The team's every movement caused vibrations in the crystalline floor. One wrong step could trigger another surge. Marlowe's voice came through their earpieces. Rena, Yates, focus. Don't let the chaos distract you. Match the core, not fight it. It's teaching us, not punishing us. Rena nodded, closing her eyes again. She hummed, carefully listening to the pulse. The alien mirrored her vibrations, adjusting and amplifying them. Slowly, the chaos around them lessened. The whirlpools of water grew smaller, the streams flowing in smoother patterns. Yates' device beeped rapidly. I've identified the deeper sequence. It's a three-phase pattern. We follow it exactly, we stabilize the heart completely. Marlowe's eyes narrowed. Then let's do it. Phase 1, go. Rena adjusted her tone, humming a steady note that matched the first phase. The alien's glow brightened in response. Water streams twisted less, the whirlpools slowing. She felt the vibration of the planet align with her own heartbeat. Phase 2 began. Rena shifted tone, creating a layered hum. Yates adjusted the device, fine-tuning harmonics, while Marlowe tapped rhythmically. The alien pulsed alongside them, creating a resonance field that seemed to hold the entire chamber in balance. The deeper core responded, its pulses slowing even further. Light flowed along channels in intricate patterns, illuminating hidden pathways across the chamber. Rena realized that these channels weren't just decorative, they were conduits for energy, for communication, for life itself. Phase 3 approached. The alien's glow intensified, nearly blinding, but it guided her. Final phase, trust, human clever, aligned fully. Rena's voice trembled slightly as she began the final sequence. The vibrations reverberated through her bones. Water streams rose in delicate arcs, forming spirals around the team. The alien pulsed beside her, perfectly in sync. Yates adjusted the device one final time, adding subtle harmonic shifts. Marlowe's percussive tapping provided stability. Then, a surge of energy shot from the core. The chamber shook violently. Rena held her ground, humming with all her strength. The alien pulsed brighter than ever, almost bursting with light. The energy waves collided and merged, creating a steady, powerful resonance that spread through the entire structure. And then, silence. The streams of glowing water stilled completely. The core pulsed once, slowly and evenly like a calm heartbeat. The chamber's chaotic vibrations disappeared. Rena opened her eyes, feeling relief and exhilaration wash over her. The alien's glow softened, calm and approving. Human clever, heart stable, learns, survives, teaches future, Marlowe exhaled, brushing sweat from her forehead. We did it. We actually did it. We stabilized the core. Yates' voice shook with excitement. Incredible humans, an alien, a living planetary system. We're witnessing cooperation at a level I never imagined. Rena smiled. It wasn't just me, not just us. It was all of us together. Humans, adaptable, curious, resilient. We figured it out, even in the middle of a completely alien system. The alien pulsed again, almost laughing, playful and proud. Clever works with planet, trust, learns future together. But even as they celebrated, a new vibration shook the floor beneath them. It was deeper, slower, more deliberate than before. The planet had calmed, but the tremor hinted at something far older and far larger beneath the surface. Something awake, ancient, aware of their presence. Marlowe's jaw tightened. Not done yet. Whatever is down there, it's aware of us now, and it's not just the core, there's more. Rena felt both fear and excitement. This was what humans did. They faced the unknown. They adapted. They solved problems no one else could. And this planet, with all its alien intelligence and raw power, was just another challenge waiting to be met. The alien floated ahead, glowing steadily. Deeper, human clever must face, must learn, survive. Rena took a deep breath. All right, let's go. We've come this far. Whatever's below, we face it together. They followed the alien through another hidden passage, descending into darkness. The vibrations grew more intense, each pulse carrying meaning. Warning, curiosity, power, but also opportunity. The team felt it, the planet was alive and it wanted them to understand. Yates whispered, awe in his voice. This is like nothing humanity has ever encountered. Not just a planet, it's a living system teaching us, testing us, and maybe trusting us. Rena nodded. Exactly. That's what makes humans special. We adapt, we learn, we survive, and we work together. That's our strength. That's why we're here. The passage opened into an enormous underground chamber, larger than anything they had imagined. Water flowed in vast, glowing rivers, winding across the floor in intricate patterns. Crystalline spires rose like trees, pulsing with energy. At the center floated an enormous core, far larger than the one above, thrumming with raw power. The alien's glow intensified, almost frantic with urgency. Heart must stabilize, human clever must face. Rena felt the vibration in her chest, a deep, steady pulse that seemed to connect her, the alien, and the planet itself. She looked at Marlowe and Yates. This is it. The real heart, the true challenge, and we can handle it together. The alien pulsed again, almost guiding her. Together, human clever, survive, learn, future. Rena swallowed and took a deep breath. All right, let's do it. As they began to harmonize with the enormous core, matching its pulse with hums, taps, and harmonic devices, the ground trembled and the rivers of glowing water shifted. The planet was awake in a way they had never imagined, aware of their presence, evaluating their worth. For the humans, it was exhilarating and terrifying. For the alien, it was hopeful. And for Zelara itself, it was learning about humanity. This was the moment that would define them, not just as explorers, but as humans who could face the heart of a living world and emerge stronger for it. The enormous core throbbed before them, filling the underground chamber with a pulse so strong it felt like it could shake the entire planet. Rena's heart raced, matching the rhythm. Every vibration carried a message, not words but emotions, caution, curiosity, power, and an urgent demand for cooperation. The alien floated beside her, glowing with intensity, its thought voice calm but insistent. Core tests must harmonize, human clever, survive, learn. Marlowe adjusted the stabilizer device strapped to her chest. We've made it this far, she said, voice steady but serious. Nothing we've faced before compares to this, but we can do it. We have to. Yates held his harmonic analyzer, scanning the energy patterns. The core's pulse, it's chaotic, yes, but structured. There's a pattern buried inside, deeper than anything we've seen. If we can follow it, we can synchronize fully and stabilize the entire system. Rena nodded, taking a deep breath. Then let's begin, everyone together. Focus on the pulse, not the chaos. The planet is alive and it's teaching us. We have to listen. They positioned themselves around the core. Rena felt the alien's pulsing energy connect with her own heartbeat. She closed her eyes, letting the vibrations wash over her. The rhythm was complex, layered, alternating, unpredictable, but within it she could sense the hidden pattern. Slowly, carefully, she began to hum. The sound resonated through the chamber, mingling with the alien's energy. The alien pulsed beside her, amplifying her tone. Yates adjusted the device, adding precise harmonic frequencies. Marlowe tapped a steady rhythm along the crystalline floor. The combined effect created a delicate resonance, and for a moment the core seemed to pause, listening. Rena felt the planet respond, subtle at first, a shift in the energy flow, a slowing of the violent pulse. Encouraged, she increased the volume and intensity of her humming, shaping it to match the core's hidden pattern. The alien's glow brightened in response, radiating warmth and approval. Good, the alien communicated. Human clever continues, heart aligns. The chamber trembled as the core's pulse grew stronger, faster, demanding more precision. Rena adjusted her hum, layering subtle changes in pitch. The alien mirrored her actions, creating a feedback loop of sound and energy. Yates and Marlowe synchronized perfectly with the rhythm, each human contributing in a different way, voice, device, and percussion. Slowly, the chaos began to settle. Water streams across the chamber flowed in smoother arcs. Crystalline walls pulsed with a gentle glow, mirroring the team's combined effort. The core's violent throbbing diminished, replaced by a steady, rhythmic pulse, like the calm heartbeat of a living being. Rena opened her eyes and saw the alien's glow soften, calm and approving. Clever human, heart stable, learns, survives future, Marlowe exhaled, brushing sweat from her brow. We did it, the core, it's stable, everything else should calm down now. Yates' voice shook with excitement. This is incredible. Humans and alien, a living planet, we actually synchronized with it. We're part of its system now. But their relief was short-lived. The ground beneath the chamber shivered violently, stronger than before. A low rumble echoed through the underground, growing into a deep, resonant roar. The water streams twisted suddenly, and energy waves pulsed erratically from the core. The alien pulsed urgently beside Rena. Deeper, must go deeper, danger, but clever human can survive. Rena's heart pounded. Not done yet, this is the final test, Marlowe nodded. All right, stay focused, every move counts. We've come this far, we can't stop now. The team advanced toward a newly revealed passage behind the core. The alien floated ahead, shimmering intensely, leading them into the unknown. The corridor descended further, twisting through immense crystalline tunnels. The vibrations grew stronger, almost painful at times, but the team adjusted, moving carefully, keeping their focus on the planet's pulse. At the end of the passage, they emerged into a cavern so vast it seemed to stretch beyond sight. The air shimmered with energy, glowing rivers of water twisted like serpents, and massive crystalline spires reached toward the ceiling. At the center floated a final, immense core, the true heart of Zelara. Its energy pulsed in chaotic bursts, wild and untamed like the heartbeat of a storm. The alien's glow intensified. Heart, unstable, must stabilize fully, clever human, must learn, survive future, Rena swallowed. This was it, the culmination of everything. They had stabilized the upper cores, controlled the floods, but this was the true test, the living heart of a planet. She felt the vibration in her chest, deep and powerful, almost overwhelming. Everyone, she said, we follow the pattern like before. Humming, tapping, harmonics together, we have to match it perfectly. They spread around the core, sensing its rhythm. Rena closed her eyes and let her voice rise in careful tone. The alien mirrored her vibrations, amplifying her pulse. Yates adjusted the harmonic device, adding subtle shifts to counteract chaotic energy waves. Marlowe tapped precise patterns along the crystalline floor. At first, nothing happened. The core pulsed wildly, throwing bursts of energy that shook the cavern. Water streams surged violently, threatening to flood the chamber. But Rena persisted, adjusting her hum, letting the vibrations flow through her body. Slowly, the energy responded. The chaotic bursts softened, blending into a rhythm the team could follow. Good, human, clever, the alien communicated. Continue, heart aligned, survive. Rena felt the planet's pulse sync with her own. Every vibration, every hum, every tap merged into a single pattern. The alien pulsed alongside her, amplifying their combined resonance. Yates fine-tuned the frequencies, Marlowe maintained the rhythm. The chamber vibrated, but now it vibrated in harmony. The core's chaotic energy waves became smooth pulses. Water streams twisted into flowing arcs, spiraling beautifully around the chamber. Crystalline spires glowed steadily, their energy radiating evenly. The final core's pulse slowed, becoming rhythmic and calm, like the heartbeat of a living planet at peace. Rena opened her eyes, breathless. The alien floated before her, calm and radiant. Clever human, heart stabilized, learns, survives future together. Marlowe let out a low whistle. We did it, we actually did it. Zelara's heart stable. No floods, no chaos, no danger, at least for now. Yates' face shone with awe. We've done more than survive. We've learned. We've proven that humans can adapt, understand, and work with an alien system. This is history." Rena smiled. She looked at the alien and for the first time truly understood its communication. It wasn't just guiding them, it was teaching them. Humans were clever, adaptable, resilient. Their ingenuity, courage, and cooperation allowed them to face something incomprehensible and emerge stronger. The alien pulsed once more, almost like a sigh of relief. Together, human clever survives, teaches, future, trust. The chamber shook slightly, then fell silent. Streams of water flowed calmly, crystals glowed steadily, and the pulse of the planet's heart beat in a steady, reassuring rhythm. Rena took a deep breath. We did it. We didn't just survive. We proved something, that humans belong here, even in a place like this. Marlowe nodded. And this is just the beginning. There's so much to learn from this planet, so many mysteries, and now we have its trust. Yates whispered almost to himself. The planet chose to cooperate with us, not because it had to, but because it recognized our ability to adapt, to learn, to understand. That's what makes humans special. Rena smiled at him. Exactly, we're clever, we're curious. And when we work together, we can face anything. The alien floated beside them, silver light reflecting on the chamber walls. Its glow softened, warm and approving. Clever humans trust, survive, learn together, future. Outside, Zelara's suns dipped toward the horizon, casting long, shimmering shadows across the valley. Streams of glowing water moved gracefully through the crystalline landscape. The floods were gone, the cores stable, and the planet's heart beat steadily. Rena, Marlowe, and Yates stood together, exhausted but triumphant. Humans had faced an alien world, a living system far beyond their understanding, and emerged not just alive but stronger. Their ingenuity, courage, and teamwork had made the impossible possible. And somewhere deep within Zelara, the planet itself seemed to acknowledge them, not as intruders but as partners, students, and allies. For the first time, Rena understood a truth she would never forget. Humans weren't just survivors. They were learners, adapters, and builders. And in the vast universe, that made them extraordinary. The alien pulsed one final time, almost like a smile. Clever humans, future bright together, always. Rena looked at her team, then at the glowing rivers and crystalline towers surrounding them. "We've made it," she said softly. "We've proven that even in the heart of a living planet, humans can rise to the challenge." Marlowe put a hand on her shoulder. "And this is only the beginning. There's so much more out there, and we'll face it together." "That's what makes us human." Yates grinned, eyes wide with wonder. "And Zelara will teach us, if we listen, if we adapt, if we work together."